What's up everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to have a quick look at a game week 34 wildcard draft and what it would look like. At the time of recording, I'm recording before any games have taken place on Sunday, so we don't know the result of the Chelsea Crystal Palace game, so I don't know quite who's going to double in 34, 35. Of course, if Chelsea win, they'll double in 34, and if Crystal Palace win, they will double in game week 35. I'm also a bit unsure exactly if I will wildcard this week. It's about 75% chance and about a 25% chance that I'll actually free hit in game week 34, because if Manchester City don't double in game week 37 and they double in 36, I think a wildcard in 35 with a free hit in game week 34 will work just as well. So that's TBC depending on the announcement, but if Man City double in game week 37 and Chelsea double in game week 34, this is the most likely scenario, and this is what my wildcard would look like. If things change, it won't change the team too much, and of course I'll have updates later in the week, but this is where I am at time of recording and where I think you guys should be if you are playing your wildcard this week as well. Starting in goal, we have Schmeichel and Foster, so I think it's a good sort of combination. Of course, Schmeichel will play most game weeks for you at 4.8 million. He's a good price. They have a lot of games to make up with doubles in 36 and 37. Foster can play in game week 35 when he plays Burnley at home, and he has a good double in game week 36 as well if you are playing your bench boost. If not, he's fine to just sit on your bench and you can play Schmeichel, who, although Leicester have not been that great defensively, is probably the only Leicester defender that is likely to play all 4 games across those 2 double game weeks, which is why he's in there over the likes of James Justin, over the likes of Fofana in the defence, just because I don't feel that those 2 are nailed enough to pick. In the defence, we start off with Cancelo. Again, Manchester City's double is to be confirmed in 36 or 37, but he's suspended for the first leg of the Champions League match, which means that he's likely to play in both the games in 34 and 35, and then the double comes in, and they have good fixtures in and around that. So even if there is a little bit of rotation with the Champions League to come, then I still think he's a very good option with the clean sheet potential that he has and with the attacking threat that he brings. He's definitely in on my wildcard. Next up, we add triple Liverpool. So I've gone with double defence and with Salah. Again, I think they are chasing the Premier League title. They look on such good form at the moment. Both Robertson and Trent in there. They are slightly inflated in price, but the majority will have owned at least Trent at a cheaper price, as with Salah. Again, they have a nice run of fixtures. They have a double in game week 36 as well. I think doubling up is a minimum, and of course, I think tripling up, going big at the back with the 2 defenders, is a great way to go with the amount of clean sheets that they're able to get and the attacking threat from corners and open play that Trent and Robertson can add on top. Next up, we add Martinelli. Again, he's not returned that much, but I think at his price, he's one of the best options that you can play almost every week if you wanted to. 5.3 million for him is a great price. With the injuries that they've got, it's pretty difficult to see him getting rotated as well. There was a bit of a worry early in the season with Smith Rowe versus Martinelli, but now it really feels like he's going to play every single game for them between now and the end of the season, as they do continue to fight and chase for the top 4. Although the performances and results recently have not been that great, they've still created a lot of chances, and I do think he's a good asset still at his price. Next up, we add triple Chelsea. Now, this is thinking that there will be a double for Chelsea in 34, but still, if they don't and it's in 36, it's a good option. I've gone with Alonso and James because I do think that they are in the strongest Chelsea 11. With no Champions League, again, them focusing on the Premier League and the FA Cup now, I think the rotation risk for these 2 is gone down a little bit, and we know the attacking threat that they can both bring to that Chelsea lineup. If there is no double in 34 for these Chelsea guys, you could remove one and go for Laporte and double up on the Manchester City defence as well, but the attacking threat that these 2 bring, if they start the majority of games between now and the end of the season, I think they're great picks. And we've gone with Havertz in midfield. It could be Mason Mount that you go with in here, but Havertz playing up front, him linking up very well with Werner at the moment. There are no good comments coming in about Lukaku, so I do think Havertz is our strongest lineup striker. So he's in there at 7.9 million. It is a great price. Some of you may want to go Foden again with Manchester City. He's a good shout as well, but I've gone with Havertz again because of that potential double in game week 34. But even if not, again, their run of fixtures, the double in 36, 37, if that's the way it falls, is still very nice. Next up in the midfield, the cheap option we've got is Gordon. Again, a nice run of fixtures coming up for Everton, including doubles in 36 and 37. He's a great price, but also on some set pieces, a good goal threat from open play, as well as getting some assists in there as well. So 4.6 million, you could go for the likes of Ramsey of Aston Villa or Dewsbury Hall of Leicester, but Gordon is the one that I've gone with. Hopefully Everton are still in that sort of relegation scrap, and so needing to field their strongest 11 every week, given how nice some of those double game weeks for them later in the season are. Next up, we have double Tottenham. So although losing to Brighton in game week 33, I do think they are still good options. Kulu offers such good value in his price at 6.4 million and Kane at 12.6 million. Again, very nice. You could go Son in the midfield, but with the amount of weak forward options that we do have, Kane is the one that makes it into my wildcard draft at the moment. 12.6 million is a good price for him. Very happy to play that. Again, a double in 36 for Tottenham. Really nice fixtures in and around, including Burnley and Norwich in the final 2 game weeks of the season. I've gone with 2 of them. You could also try and squeeze Emerson Royale into the defence, for example, or Davies, but with the premium defence that I've gone with, I think there's a lot of value in these guys that I've gone with, so I haven't found room to find one of them. I did consider going with Mendy in goal, dropping Alonso down to Emerson Royale as well. That is another possibility that you could look out for your teams. Finally, to complete the forward line, at the moment we've gone with Dennis and Pukki. Again, if the Crystal Palace lineup, if the Crystal Palace double game week falls in game week 35, easily Dennis down to Mateta or Pukki down to Mateta, and then you could even go and do Schmeichel down to Gaeta for the short term, for example, to attack that double game week is very possible. Pukki has looked good recently. Again, he got a goal and an assist against Manchester United. They then have a double in game week 36 as well, which is still a nice double, and Dennis seems to be back in that Watford lineup. A good double in game week 36, again, is very good to sit on your bench. Now, this team is focused on if you are playing your bench boost still in game week 36. If you don't have your bench boost left and you are just looking between now and the end of the season, I would probably change it to look something like this. So Sam Greenwood comes in for Leeds. Again, he doesn't play very much, and we've downgraded Pukki to Mateta because then he can play when the Crystal Palace double comes up and you don't need him on your bench in game week 36. Foden comes in with the bit of freed up money in order to replace Martinelli, because I think Foden is a great asset between now and the end of the season. So depending on if you've still got your bench boost left or not, it does change how your team would line up. It would also change it a little bit if you've got your free hit still to play in game week 37. You may not need as many Manchester City assets if that is where their double game week is likely to fall. But this is sort of a first thought about my team. I'm looking to go with something like this because I still have my bench boost and my free hit to play. Again, we'll wait on announcements for what happens with Manchester City's double. I will maybe tweak things depending on what happens in the Chelsea game, but I did need to record this in the morning of that day. So I don't think it will change very much at all. I will post updates, but I'm pretty happy with how my team is lining up now. If I go to play my wild card, of course, there is a small chance that I play my free hit to go on 3 Chelsea and 3 Manchester United if they do double in game week 34. But I think the chances are I will play my wild card and it will look something like that. It is likely to be activated, not currently, but let me know what you think of this current draft in the comment section down below. Please do like and subscribe. Thank you all so much for 17,000 subscribers. Let me know your comments, your questions in the comment section down below. Thank you all very much for watching, and I'll be back again very soon.